Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RAYGO Bloom. Don't know what that was. Welcome back to RAYGO Reactions, boys and girls. I need to get some WD-40, I know. Now, today's a cool one. We've got something good going on here, guys. We're being introduced to a brand new band today. A band I've never heard of before. Now, if you're new to this channel, recently I've been going down Recently I've been going down a rabbit hole of lots of music, but Canadian bands have very much stepped up to the plate, and they've just been swarming me. Triumph, Rush, Blue Rodeo, all these bands, and it's like, whoa, some serious music comes out of Canada. Now, off the back of this, one of our legendary subscribers by the name of Todd kindly donated and requested the 3 songs from a brand new band I've never heard of before called The Tragically Hip, and he said these are another great Canadian band. By the way, if you want to request a song of your choice, follow the link in the description below. Also, don't forget to hit that like button, guys, and subscribe. Now that's out of the way, Todd left a little message with these songs, almost like a nice little smooth introduction for me into who this band is and what they're about. Now he said, so listen closely, he said the Hip were contemporaries of Blue Rodeo who shared a similar story. Both bands were founded in 1984 and experienced great success in the 90s, but only in Canada. Both bands tried and failed to make it big in the US in the 90s, but wound up instead being cherished by Canadians by reflecting their stories to them in songs. Okay, so I need to make sure I'm trying to listen to the lyrics. You know what? I really don't think there's anything bad about that either. Like, if you can't make it out of Canada, that's no big deal. Canada's absolutely huge. I mean, there's so many great bands who haven't made it out of England, but it's still great bands like the Stone Roses. You know, killer band. You guys need to, if you haven't, check out the Stone Roses, their first album. That's who Oasis were highly inspired by. And the Smiths. The Smiths. Guys, check the Smiths out. I'm using the past tense because the band's lead singer and lyricalist, Gord Downie, died from the very same brain cancer in 2017 that would also kill Neil Peart, the Rush drummer, a few years later. Rest in peace. Honestly, that sucks. And you know, every time I'm reacting to these musicians recently, every time I check, you know, because you get like interested, you start checking them out. So many passed away, like so many legendary musicians. It just sucks. Whereas Neil, a painfully shy and private person, kept his diagnosis secret, Downie used the media attention that came with this in December 2015 to go on the last tour with the band, raising funds for an indigenous charity that had co-founded years earlier. See, that's sweet for 2 reasons. It's sweet, like, look at what he's doing with his last remaining days, like giving to charity and raising awareness. But not only that, he's chose to go on a tour before his, you know, in his remaining years. The one thing he wants to do is go on a tour. Now, that's sweet because it just goes to show that he was living his dream. Because it's like, God forbid something happened to so many people in the world, the last thing he would want to do is go to work. His job was his dream. That's what he did. And that just really goes to show, guys, go and do what you love. And even if you can't get there, of course no one's saying quit your job and try and make your dreams come true. I'm in that same predicament. As cliche as it is, I want to do music full time. I'm in a band called RAYGO Bloom. Check us out after this, guys. But we're releasing songs. I want to do it for a living. I do. I also want to do this for a living. I love reacting. I love talking to you guys. I love live streaming. It's just something I like to do. I like to vlog. I've always liked it. Even before it was a big thing, me and my brothers have always recorded each other and just done stuff growing up. It's my dream. And when you hear things like that, and you know, it's just like I'm kind of happy for it. That's what he got to do. He got to do what he loved. Anyway, he says, whereas Blue Rodeo remain a going concern today, the Hip came to a sudden permanent stop in 2016. The first two hip songs I'm suggesting come from a 2004 performance in Toronto. The last song I'm recommending comes from the Hips' last ever performance, which occurred in their hometown of Kingston, Ontario. Okay. He says, I think it's also really important to note that the man you see performing in the last video had just undergone brain surgery earlier that year and had to relearn all the lyrics from scratch. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. Right, guys, there's nothing more we have to do now other than be introduced to this. I mean, I've got a feeling it's going to be a great band. I mean, it's soft rock. I love soft rock. Blue Radio are a great band. Todd has requested nothing but good songs, so I can't see it being bad. Before we get into this, guys, like I just mentioned there, I've got a dream. I also have a little Patreon that you can join. It's £5 a month. I have exclusive videos on there, all kinds of stuff, early access videos, you know. Maybe check it out. I'm in a band called RAYGO Bloom. Check that out. Yeah. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this. I can't be bothered getting a glass. Can't be bothered.
In your hometown, everybody was in it from miles around. Now that the speedway, some kind of endless thing. Oh, ain't no movie star, but I can get behind anything.
That's all I gotta say. What? Yeah, good lyrics. This sounds very much like Oasis, actually. If you strip, not the lyrics, not the vocals, but the actual rhythm, like the instrumental, very kind of Oasis kind of music. I don't know if any of you are from Canada watching this. You should know Oasis. Again, Oasis are a huge band in England, like massive, possibly one of the biggest bands they are one of the biggest bands to come out of England. They did make it across the ponds, but only... Not really. They tried in America, but the brothers were falling out and it all went downhill. But this kind of sounds like Oasis. Passionate, this guy.
Down at Speedway.
Yo, let's go, guys.
Well, I can catch up. I can get behind anything. Yeah, I can get behind anything. Now! I can get behind anything. Now! okay, I love you between microphones and microphone stands. Sometimes I forget that you need to know. Got to
Passion! That's what this is. Passion. He's sick, mate. I tell you what, how many singers do stuff like that nowadays? Like, that's called passion. And it makes me think of times like, I'm sure you guys may have experienced this. You know when you walk into a pub and you're in like, it's just some back end pub. They have little musicians on here and there. And you go in, you don't know the musicians. They're just trying to earn a bit of extra money. And there's someone on the stage, but they're being very expressive. They're being confident. And the crazy part is, everybody in there's kind of going, look at him up there, making a, what's he doing up there? He's giving it all this. And no one even cares. I just think, what a load of stupid words just came out of my mouth, because that up there, what you see, is called confidence. Even though there's no one in it, he's trying his best. And good or bad in that situation, giving it your all is always better than just going up there going, and looking shy. And I love that. And that's what this guy's doing. Was he doing that before, the Tragically Hip were big? I think he was, and that's why they are where they are. If before the Tragically Hip, he was just going, oh, go, 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 people would have been like, there's no desire here. And so I say, be confident, be overexpressive, and sell it. Because guess what? That guy where the first few minutes you're going, he's going a bit nuts. A couple minutes in, you start going, actually, he's loving it. And you start giving it one of them as well. This is cool. The chord, just very like, up to now, nothing technical going on. Just basic chords. But power chords, like with that nice distortion. Very Oasis kind.
Down at the speedway. Down at the speedway. Down at the speedway.
Slide guitar the whole way through. Let's go. How much he's sweating.
Thank you.
Surely he doesn't do that the whole time. Like, you would be absolutely knackered, right? Right, let's move on to the next one. The Tragically Hip. Mate, they sound cool as well. It's a cool band name. Let's get this back on. Yeah, if he goes up on stage and he's giving it that kind of energy every night. Oasis. I mean, they're before Oasis. So, technically, Oasis are like them. So, what is it? What? I never used this thing, guys. I suck with it, but I can't help myself. Do you know what I mean? I really can't. Right. Into the next song we go. This one is called Poets. Ah, cool. We can get... So the lyrics are on, so I'm going to try and read the lyrics as well.
That's right. It's time to party like a Saturday night.
I'm going into Sunday.
Don't tell me what your poets do. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Okay, tell me. Don't tell me. Do not tell me. Do not tell me. Okay, tell me. Spring starts with a heartbeat pounding. When the birds can be heard above them reckoning. Cards doing some final countdown. Bring out your dad. Bring out your dad. There's never phone and shoot the farmer's direction. We've been getting ripped free from the heat in the frozen food section. Yeah.
Kind of like the...
Don't tell me what your poets are doing. Don't tell me that they're talking tough. But don't tell me that they're
Kind of like the Counting Crows. The single.
Barn speaks to its splintered legions. To the pig I'm in them with her corn stopped in them winter regions. But even at the archetypal father, he said with such broad and tentative swipes, why did you even bother? Don't tell me what your poets are doing.
Dude, what is he playing there? It's like kind of minor sevens. They're not really playing a proper major or a minor. They're playing like a major seven. So they're playing a major seven. Stuff like that. This sounds sick.
Those Himalayas of your mind. Don't tell me what your poets been doing. If you know
Simon Cowell on the bass. Nice.
You know what I'm doing now, don't you? I'm in your long grass. I can't find you. I can't find you. Whoa. There you are. There you are. Of course. Of course. There you are. A nice crowd like you. Out in the long grass. Blazing away the afternoon. Staring up at the sky. Nice crowd like you.
No mobile phones, guys.
Just slipping out for a little while.
Just a good time.
Don't tell poets are doing. On the street through the epitome of pain. Don't tell me how your universe got altered when you found out how the writers get laid. If there's nothing more that you need now, your lungs got the best-chested women. The beach bleaching towels within reach for you women. Got to make it by swimming. Swim, swim, honey, swim, baby, swim. Not to me, not to him. Swim, swim, swim within.
Energy.
Swim, cross the arms, cross the legs. Swim, baby, swim, and never mind the big foot. 6-foot dorsal fin closing in. Who said anything about a dorsal fin? A dorsal fin is closing in for sure. It's real, it's actual, it's an honest truth. I didn't want to tell you because really, how would that motivate you? Swim, swim, swim. You need me worried about him to me to him. Alright, honey? Yeah, your chances are dim, but they're gonna be all around in the middle of the house. Swim! Not to me, not to him. Swim!
Guys,
Swim, madam. Swim. Swim, madam.
right. You know what? This is literally proving a point I had the other day. I reacted to a song, yeah, and it was the Counting Crows cover by some fella. I think it was called Noah Gunnison or something. I can't remember his name. He did a cover of a Counting Crow song, and I've reacted to a Counting Crow song in the past as well. It was Round Here. Now, one thing I had a bit of a critique about it. I felt like it's kind of too. Okay, I don't want to contradict myself. What I said in the first breath before is saying, I like it when I go in a pub and I see someone with pure confidence and they're giving me that confidence. That's what I want to see. There's a difference between confidence and then there's acting. There's a very thin line as well. I don't want to see acting. And with Counting Crows, I think he's got a great voice, but I feel like there's no feel about it. There's acting involved, because he'll take a sentence, for instance, and he'll pretend to cry, almost like around here, do that. And I'm not into that. I just think now you're acting. And somebody in the comments was like, no, that's real, that's sincere. There's no way it's sincere. You can't go on a tour and sing for the same song for 3 months in 120 different countries and go, round here, and almost cry every time you do it. That's no. And I'm not about that personally. And I was like, you can do it without having to act. And this man right here has proven my point. He's going on there. He's not acting. He's doing what the Counting Crow guy does, but with genuine energy, with passion, and with honesty. He's really enjoying himself. He's genuinely got the energy to do it. He's not trying to put a false, a false bravado on. And I'm sorry if you're a Counting Crows fan. And by the way, Counting Crows have got some good songs. I'm not into that acting stuff. There would be my critique with this ain't about Counting Crows. Joe, get some WD-40 for the chair. I'm just happy I found this guy because although, and by the way, this music, very energetic. I wouldn't really listen to it. But again, it's one of those things, I have fun watching it because it's nothing but energy going on. And that's one thing I just love in general personally. I think I proved my point. I literally went and watched a band called CKY. If you know Jackass, Bam Margera, his brother, CKY. Not my kind of music. I'd never listen to it. I don't listen to it. But because I I like watching it. I get I get a feeling through watching music as well as I do liking it, the song. It's weird. I can like it, but I don't really like the song. And that's what's going on here. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a... If you have that, let me know. Like, Rush, I'm not going to stick my headphones on and listen to Rush, but I want to watch them. It's genuinely weird. I don't know what's... I've always had it, though. I've always had it, and I literally bought a CKY ticket, travelled 4 hours to go and watch them. No word of a lie. And you know what? It was absolutely sick. Anyway, guys, right now we're going to be reacting to Ahead by a Century, and as Todd said, this song, let's quickly go over it. This weren't that long off before he passed away. He said no fewer than 1/3 of the entire population of Canada watched this when it was live. 1/3 of Canada. That is mental. Gee. Without further ado, guys. So this is the song he had to learn after having the operation, I think. He says, had to relearn these lyrics. Let's do it, guys. Hit that thumbs up if you're enjoying this kind of content as well, guys. I want to know if you like this, if you like these long form videos. Yeah, and obviously 80% of my audience aren't subscribed, so if you could subscribe, it would be very helpful to the channel. And by the way, if you're... Some people go, I'm not going to subscribe because this is the only video I like of yours. Guys, trust me, give me a chance. There's plenty more where this came from. Without further ado, let's go. Nice guitar, that.
First we'd climb a tree, and maybe then we'd talk, or sit silently and listen to our thoughts, illusions of some day, casting a golden light, no dress rehearsal, this is our life.
Sadness.
And that's where the hornet stung me, and I had a feverish dream with revenge and doubt. Tonight we smoked them out. You are ahead by a century. You are ahead by a century. You are ahead by a century.
Like it.
And then the day began. I tilted your cloud, you tilted my hand. Rainbows in real time, and rainbow through the night. No dress rehearsal, this is our life.
Great lyrics. No dress rehearsal.
With revenge and doubt, tonight we smoke them out. You are ahead by a century. You are ahead by a century.
Dude. Mate, this is... Hear that guitar then? Hear the lead guitar player do that? This is nice, this song. It's just like sad, the thought of like in the back of his head he knows one day soon that, oh god, I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. It's just horrible. But the fact he's doing this just mentally shows how strong he is. Look how much he's sweating again. Passion, energy. He must have done it every song, every night. Having fun. Makes you want to watch. It's not just stood there. Great bass. Great bass, by the way, guys. Am I the only one who thinks this is like Oasis? Bit more unique, but oh. Dude, nah. Oh. That makes me feel sad, that really does, guys. Like, what happened then? You know what I mean? He goes backstage and the crowd, everyone goes home. He's just been off that thrill of energy, but he comes back and he's like, you know how lonely you must feel in those situations? Like, must It's horrible. It really is. But you know what? I thoroughly enjoyed them, and I want to see more of them because I love his energy on stage, and I want to see what they were like, more of what they were like. That last song was my favourite. It's not usually my kind of thing. The almost is like poetry within a song. It's not really the kind of music I would listen to. I wouldn't really listen to it. But again, I'm going back to that. I like to watch. You know, I watch this kind of music. I get enjoyment out of it. And that last song, though, however, I would listen to that. What was that called, actually? It was called Ahead by a Century. And there was some nice lyrics in there as well, in all the songs. If you guys can let me know in the comments if there's anything more along that line. In fact, you know what? The whole thing was very energetic. It was actually really good, that. Great suggestion, Tom, and thank you for introducing me to these guys. Need to get that sorted out. But again, this just... I want to... not to be deflating or anything, but it's a note to myself. I do it anyway. I live by this. Just trying to make your dreams come true, honestly. And I do music, so if you guys could check out my band, it's called RAYGO Bloom. Everything's in the description below. We've just released a song. It was about being drafted in the war, basically. It's called Letters, and not wanting to be drafted because you want to live your one life in free, relaxed. Do you know what I mean? Gee, we only have one of them. But we've got loads more music coming soon. And also, guys, like I say, we all have dreams. My dream's to quit my 9. I've got a 9 to 5. My dream's to do this for a living. So if you fancied it, don't know, if you want to try and help out, request a song of your choice. Because that way I can give something back at the same time. I like to give back. So if you want to request a song, let me know in the comments, in the description. If you want to buy a t-shirt, raygobloom.com. Or join my Patreon where I can give you exclusive reactions. We have a little community going. You'll see vlogs and all sorts. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time. Peace out.
RAYGO Blue! RAYGO Blue! Yeah! RAYGO Blue!
Welcome to my Patreon. I thought today we'd react to let's do some exclusive stuff, you know what I mean, for you little legends only. I want you guys to tell me if this song sucks. If it does, it's gone forever.
Joe's seen something he likes. Call it
Me
the old
like it.
squatting up bosh.